My name is Thomas Kelly. I was in a college group effort to find lost media around my area, as some here have been found in the past. Our group found multiple things: a preschool movie about shapes and colors being friends, a commercial for a never launched restaurant chain, and lastly, a VHS tape that disturbed us all. We will be going in full depth of all of these. The first tape was titled Colors and Shapes Friendship. It looked like a 1998 3D animated film made into capitalize on Toy Story. It featured 4 splashes of paint with thin legs and arms, red and angry but friendly beneath the surface guy, green, a laid-back man, yellow, a protagonist, bright and overly friendly, blue, a sad pessimistic color. They all meet like robot shapes: square, triangle, circle, and octagon. The shapes need a color, and in return the shapes would defeat the cursed color, who cursed all the colors to be a race. The movie had low quality, and the animation was rather poor. It occasionally had behind the scenes of footsteps and conversations, and the characters at some point would try and confront the cursed color when the camera is about to pan to this cursed color. It just gets stuck and keeps on repeating the last 16 frames before it was able to pan over, which it goes on for 15 minutes until the tape ends. We found it in a crate of our local warehouse, and the crate was labeled for destruction. The second tape was titled Fisher's Seafood. It started with the robotic mascot, Fred Fisherman, waving at the camera saying, "Hello, wonderful people. I'm Fred Fisher, and welcome to my seafood shack here. We sell fish, salad, drinks, and much more. You could play with your friends in our play area. We can't meet you there." The camera then panned over to the layout of the restaurant, but after a while, a faint figure could be seen entering the door. Weird glitches out of the camera of high hell. The camera then starts displaying maintenance videos on a scrap mascot, Sebastian Sea Baron. They're only polishing the metal on the torso when they opened up the chest. The chest is censored with a black square, but I could guess it was something disturbing, as it would freak out the employees. One of them throwing up had another attempting to call the phone before the camera gets knocked to the ground and cuts him off. The tape then ends there, and this one was found underneath the tile of a Jack-in-a-Box restaurant. The last tape was the most disturbing. It made all of us quit over our expectations for quite a while. With one of us permanently leaving, it was dated 1959. It starts in a still position, facing padded room, in a color that was normally someone inside, a shaved man presumably in his 50s. He had cuts all over his back, and while his legs weren't visible, he does walk strange. He keeps spitting out nonsense. A male scientist says, "Begin the first test," and then somebody walks in with a taser, some kind of weapon, and a syringe full of dark and green substance. The subject then stands still and then gets the first injection, which made his nose start bleeding. All of his eyes fidgeting rapidly as he starts shaking, until he falls to the ground. After about a minute, it all stops and then he gets back up. The camera then goes to black and mute for a second before it cuts to the subject again, who's chained up to the wall. Technology advanced at the time. Metal hat is strapped onto him, and wires attached to the ceiling. Then an electric pulse travels through the wire and into the hat. The subject shakes violently, and his eyes are highlighted with only red oily substance. Definitely not blood. The camera then begins cutting out again, and when it does returns, we see our red cracks on the walls behind him. It starts breaking down with the red glow, consuming the man as the camera falls down. There are audible alarms, and the camera then returns one more time. There is another scientist yelling in pain before a brutal noise shuts him up and spills blood on the frame. The camera is then picked up and faced towards the subject, who is now disguisedly twist. He had no skin, charred flesh, and is missing his eyes and nose, and his head was hollow, his ribcage was exposed and out the front, and his spine was exposed out the back. As he picks up the camera, a teaser hits him on the head and forces him down, followed by gunshots and the camera cutting to black. It was found in the basement of an unknown structure. These are 3 examples or reasons why lost media should remain lost. Please stop looking for it. You might just find something that you're never supposed to see. Sincerely, Thomas Kenny and his team. Well, this was certainly an interesting story. Now, yeah, this story was written, last year, so I thought I would go ahead and review this. And that, my little pretties, was why people should need to stop finding lost media, a creepypasta written by ExiledZephys. My final thoughts on this story? I really enjoyed this pasta. It is a really good pasta with, a lot of great concept when it comes to these lost medias. I mean, I could definitely say various YouTubers have been creating these sort of lost media, videos, and they're trying to, debunk them. I mean, the fact that, the colors and shapes friendships was pretty interesting. It has a really great concept of, how it was going to, originally be and all. And, the colors and shapes, friendship is about shapes trying to get their colors back. The second tape about, an old advertisement for a restaurant that was never aired. And then we have, this one person, I don't know what is going on, but it was the most disturbing tape. I honestly really like it. Like, I mean, we all know, that a lot of YouTubers are trying to, uncover lost media. And I gotta be honest, I've heard of this pasta just recently by the Shadow Reader. And I mean, I took a look at his narration and I really liked how well made this story is. As well, I do know that Formidable Robot narrated this one as well as Dave the Useless. So I thought I'd give it a read. I mean, it's really well made and good, and I really found it to be enjoyable. So, I mean, I don't really know if ExiledZephys would see this, but in case if this person author does manage to come across this video, I want to say awesome job with this story. This is not like hyperrealistic blood gore fest of a lost episode or anything, but this is explaining why people should not look for lost media. But to be completely and utterly honest, I'm gonna definitely say that a lot of the time when I came across this story, I honestly really found this story to be a well-made concept, especially with the story and how everything, would be like if the only these people came across this, these forms of lost media, but no one else did. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I know there's a lot of channels that did cover topics such as lost media, and I mean, I honestly have been seeing a lot of that, but despite that, I honestly really like this story. And I really honestly thought this was a pretty good concept. So, anyways, with that being said, and with that being the case, I'm gonna sit here and say this now that this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these pastas. I give this a I give this a 10 out of 10. Awesome job, and I do like how well the story was written. And I mean, I recommend you guys check out this story. It's on the regular Creepypasta Wiki, and I honestly really like the concept of this story. So, ExiledZephys, awesome job. I like it. So, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, And if you're new to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.